How are you all feeling about Aberdeen tomorrow? Obviously something a little bit different because they don't have a manager at the moment. Are you expecting anything different from them?
Yeah, like you said, we're not too sure what to expect from them. Like you said, they've changed managers since the last time we played them, so we're not too sure. But we're all looking forward to the game and just focusing on our game plan.
Of course, you're on this excellent run at the moment, 9 points clear at the top of the league. The Rangers manager yesterday says the chances of Rangers catching you are low. How much attention do you pay to that? Is it hard not to get carried away when you're that far ahead?
Not really, to be fair. We just kind of focus on our performance and trying to play as well as we can. From my point of view, I don't think 9 points is a big gap. It can change quickly, and we're fully aware of that. So we know we just have to keep performing well and winning games and see where that takes us.
Hi Cameron. Just on that, on the so many games left. How is it when you just tick off game by game and you do see the games whittling down and that title getting closer? What's the emotions like for you and within the dressing room when you see that happening in the run you're on?
Yeah, obviously it's good to be in a good run of form, good run of results we've been getting at the moment. But I think the manager here he's very good at getting the group to just focus on the next game and the performance that we want to put in and trying to improve on our team performance every game that we go into. The message for every game is make this game your best individual and best team performance that you've ever played. So that's largely what we focus on, and that's I think that's how we do manage to keep such good consistency in our performances and results.
Has been a great run of consistency so far. How important is it that continues with a couple of big games coming up, including that cup final next week? How important is it that when you get to that point, you're in the best possible form and coming off a win this weekend?
Yeah, no, of course you got to take each game at a time. So for us, it's about firstly doing the job tomorrow and putting in the top performance, and then after that we can look forward to a good day in the cup final.
Cheers. I guess just looking at that potential cup final on the horizon, I'm assuming as players you can't even afford to be concerned about injury or anything like that. You talk about giving it your all in every game, and I'm assuming that's how you look at it. But I guess there's plenty of strength and depth, and everyone will be pushing each other for a place in the team for this weekend, but also the cup final coming up.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, no one around here really spoke too much about the cup final yet. We're fully aware that we got to go out and perform tomorrow, and that's everyone's focus. And after that, if anything does change in terms of, like you said, injuries and stuff like that, we have the squad where players can come in and make an impact.
And if you look at the last game against Aberdeen, it took a late winner from the captain to break them down. They were resolute that day. It was a strong performance. I think your manager said that he was pleased at how you played that day and dominating most areas. But Aberdeen did show and probably will show again just how tough they can be to break down. You need to beat your best, I assume, to get a result. Yeah,
I think so. A lot of games we played in this year, we've had to try and break teams down, and they've come with game plans to try and stop us. And for us, it's just about being patient and knowing that if we do stick to how the manager wants us to play, that eventually the breakthrough will come.
Hi, Cam. Last 6 games, nearly 23 goals, nearly 4 goals a game. How encouraging is that for you going into games knowing there's plenty of a firepower there?
Yeah, no, it's really good. Especially for a defender, you're aware that the team's going to score goals, and you just have to kind of do your job, and you end up winning the game. So yeah, it's always encouraging when you're scoring a lot of goals.
And on the other hand, how much are you valuing the lots of clean sheets you're able to keep as well at this point in time?
Yeah, I think that's important to us, not just the defenders, but the whole team. I think our defensive work definitely starts from our press and the players further forward up the pitch, and when they're on it and they're pressing well and organised well, it definitely helps us as a back four and the goalkeeper.
Hi Cameron. A bit earlier on, you said the manager says every game, go out, make this your best individual performance, make this your best team performance. You've been having a really strong season. I think you're player of the match last weekend, several clean sheets. Do you feel that you're playing the best football of your career right now?
Yeah, probably. I think it's always hard to judge compare, because I've been at a lot of different teams in different leagues, so it's difficult to kind of judge that fairly and accurately, I'd say. But I definitely feel good at the moment, and yeah, like you said, I'm just going into every game trying to improve and trying to perform.
What's been key to you at Celtic? Is it the consistency of playing week in, week out? You're talking there about how good the attackers are in the team, guarantee you score goals. If you do your job, it means you win games. What's been key to you at Celtic and your successful time here?
I think it's been a combination of things, I'll say. But from the moment I've come, I felt really welcomed. I think we've got a great group of staff and a great manager, and every day they're helping us and trying to show us where we can improve and things we can improve on. And I think it's just that kind of consistency of coaching and detail in our work that helps me and other players improve.
Hi Cameron, we're currently going through a run of 1 game per week at the minute. From a player's point of view, is training any different in those times compared with the more congested weeks where there's 2 or 3 games a week?
Yeah, I mean, obviously when you do have 1 game a week, you can obviously do a bit more in training, which helps us. I think in general, even when we do have a number of games, the group's very competitive, so training's always good and everyone's always at it. So yeah.
Yeah, and in terms of your own game this season, do you feel like you've improved, given the experience you've had in the Champions League and at the World Cup as well? Yeah,
I think so. Champions League and World Cup, you're competing against some of the best players in the world, and I think just naturally, I think the more you do that, the more you improve, and I say that's the case with this season.
Hi Cameron, 4 new players joined the group in January: Alistair Johnson, Yuki Kobayashi, Tomoko Iwata and O. How have those guys fitted into the dressing room there?
They're fitting well. We've got a close squad. I think it's fairly easy for new players to come and fit in. All 4 of them are good players, and we're seeing that every day in training, and just looking forward to playing more of them.
There's a lot of talk just now from some other managers, David Martindale and particularly Michael Beale. How much attention do you guys pay to that as players? Is it something you're aware of?
Not really, to be fair. I can only speak for me personally, but I'm not one that's too big on watching stuff like that, or it's just not really on my radar, to be honest with you. I'm just kind of focused on coming in here, training, going home, and just enjoying my life. So yeah, me personally, I don't really see it or not aware of much of that.
Cameron, it was just touched on there that we had 4 new players join the club in the January window, one of them being Yuki Kobayashi, who of course plays a similar position to yourself, but I haven't seen much of him. What have you made of his start to Celtic so far? And has he kind of looked into you or speaking to you at training for sort of tips on how to play so well in the first team?
Yeah, no, I think he's a really good player. Obviously, he's still fairly young. You can definitely see his qualities day in, day out in training, and I think the 2 games he did play in, I think he performed well, and that's all you can really do as any player. You just got to keep, when you get the chance, play well and keep trying to improve every day in training.
And a little bit of a different one. Earlier this week, we seen the Scottish Cup draw come out, quite a tough draw for yourself away to Hearts. Can I just get your reaction to that?
Yeah, no, it'll be a tough game. Anytime you go away to Hearts, it's always a tough game. But similar to what I was saying earlier, it's not really in our focus at the moment. It's a little bit away. So yeah, but yeah, it'll definitely be a tough game when we go there.